Hello, everybody, and welcome to Star Wars Geek Girl. I'm Zoe, and as usual, I'm here with Lizzie.
Hello.
And
Hello.
we're going to be talking about Skeleton Crew in the last two episodes because we missed talking about episode 7. So, yeah, stay tuned for that.
It's like it's still alive.
The Neil Nation never dies.
You're right, you're right. What am I thinking?
Star Wars Geek Girls. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.
All right. First off, I want to apologize if I sound sick. That's because I am. But
Oh,
what you're going to do? So, I don't know. Do I sound sick? I feel like I sound sick.
no, not really. I mean, I don't think so. Um, I'm also a little sick, but like it's mostly my throat. My throat hurt.
Yeah, I blame I blame California. I never got sick this much, and I moved here, and there's all these new germs,
You're
and
also
I
in
don't know what
LA.
to do.
You're in
Yeah, new
LA.
germs. They're
You
too far
very
away.
crazy weather.
The eastern. I'm used to the East Coast germs. Now there's West Coast germs.
To be fair, I'm used to the West Coasters too, but I'm still getting sick all of the time. Uh,
I'm gonna blame you. It's your fault.
oh man. Uh, I was gonna say, was it raining for you today?
It was. It rained for a little bit. It was really nice. It was like drizzling a little when I went out to get groceries, and then I was just like all curled up watching TV, and it was raining, and I was like, ah, perfect. And then it stopped, and it was really sad.
Yeah, it was like on and off over here. But yeah, fun. Okay.
All right, so Skeleton Crew time. Spoiler free. What are your thoughts in the last two episodes of Skeleton Crew?
Spoiler free. I thought it was really good. I was pretty happy with like the ending, the build up to the ending and then the ending. Um there was like one thing that I kind of like theorized. I wasn't sure if I said it aloud here. I definitely said it on the Rogue Rebels podcast. I know I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
Go check that out,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. But so like stuff like that I was pretty happy about. Um I just was happy seeing the kids. I don't know. I don't need an excuse of storytelling. I just need to see the kids. They're just adorable. And I really hope that we get a season 2 because yeah, it was a really good show, and especially with the way that it ended, it opens a lot of different like kind of new like I don't know. It really just opens a new story. It's not like a just an ending kind of ending, which I feel like, I mean, thankfully not a lot of these shows just like end. It always continues in some form, some comic, some book. I feel like I don't know. I really hope there's a second season. Um I'm rambling a little bit, but I really hope there's a second season because I really liked how it ended. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree, and yeah, I think it was a really good like it was an ending, and I feel like it wrapped up like the arc that these characters had in this season of the show. Or the show if it's the only season, I think we're really solid and felt satisfying and complete. And I loved the last like shot in particular, which we'll get into. But I really enjoyed it. But then as much as it was like a really great close, it also left doors open, and whether it's in this show, whether it's in an animated series, whether it's in comics, books, whatever, if they come up in another show, like I don't think this is the last we've seen these
Mhm.
characters. And I'm excited for their futures as they grow up and seeing who they who they become, and I just think the finale in general, I think was fantastic. I think the show really just it. I was very satisfied with everybody's arc and everything that happened. Um, and I loved the see episode 7 as well. I wish we would have gotten a podcast buzz. Everything went crazy when that
Yeah.
episode came out. But because that was such oh, it was so good. Just the tension. It was like one of the most stressful episodes of Star Wars
Mhm.
TV, like ever. I don't know if I've been that stressed watching Star Wars since like probably Rebels,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Um,
Um, it was so good, and yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
yeah.
Okay, now you can talk about spoilers.
Oh.
Oh, well, oh. I looked at the notes and I realized I forgot. Don't forget, Star Wars Podcast Day is February 7th. It's coming up. So make sure you check out our special episode, as well as go look to Star Wars Podcast Day on like Instagram and stuff and see if your other favorite Star Wars podcasts are participating. Look for their special episodes as
Yay.
well. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now you can talk.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Um for me, like I don't want it to be a big thing, but the biggest thing for me was Jod and his like
Mm-hmm.
whole thing with everything that possible that happened. Uh, first of all, actors, amazing and great. I love him, but he was kind of a jerk. I mean, he was a jerk, straight up a jerk in both of these episodes, and it just kind of feels like he kind of cracks like under just like trying to get to this place. He's so close to this place, and like, at this point he's like, I'm just going to do whatever I can. Um so I didn't really like the uh but anyway, in the first episode, well, not the first episode, in episode 7, um that's yeah, wait, yes, okay, that's we're gonna be in so much trouble. And I had a point, wait, I'm like reading the description because I'm like, I haven't watched it in a little bit. I don't know, I liked Jod's interaction with the pirates. Is this the episode where he takes over, like completely takes over the pirates? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he like killed
That
Brutus.
was interesting because I thought that
That
was
was
so
brutal. Poor
funny.
Brutus.
My jaw was on the ground because I was like, the kids kind of capture them. Well, the kids get captured first by the pirates, and then the kids use the claw to grab Brutus. And they're like, "We're gonna kill him. We're gonna do it. Don't make us." And I was, they're cutie pies, but they're definitely not killers. And then he just straight up shoots them, and they were shocked. I was
Point
shocked.
blank, dude.
Everyone
Like,
in the crowd was shocked. Um, that was scary, and the poor kids saw that. Um, so then, yeah, God.
yeah, Jod was like when he first went mean in what, like episode 5, like when he had like first turns with the kids, and when he's first mean in episode 6, you're still like, okay, but he'll come around, right?
Yeah.
He'll come around. And then episode 7, he was like scary.
Yeah.
He was straight up scary in episode 7. It was so good. But I think it also, to me, this was like, I feel like the first time I really feel like I felt how terrifying a lightsaber is. Because like normally when people have lightsabers, it's like, yeah, the bad guys have lightsabers, but like the good guys have one too. Or like the good guys have blasters, and the good guys have like spears or whatever. And it's like, oh yeah, cool, like lightsaber, it's a fancy
Mhm.
sword. And so having Jod with a lightsaber, but then no one else has a lightsaber, and he's like just a bunch of scared kids. Like, oh, actually, lightsabers are terrifying. We should never invent them in real life. Actually, these are so bad. These are really scary. Um, and it was so good. Yeah, it was such a scary film. And it was also interesting too, because as much as like that man does not know how to use a lightsaber. He was like holding it at arm's length at all
Ye
times. He did not know. He did not know. Um, but it was still scary because he had it. Like, what is anyone else
Yeah,
gonna do,
pretty
you
much.
know?
Pretty much. I loved Smee in this episode. I love Smee in every episode.
Oh, he
I
was so great
was
too.
like I was kicking my feet giggling because he was like because he was just like, he's not on the pirate side. He's just kind of like there and he's kind of like, yeah, well the code says this, well the code says that. And then, he mentions that like the ship has never been claimed cuz it's like new now. Um and what's uh Wim tries to claim it and then like Jod's such a jerk and like covers his mouth and is like, no, I claim it. And then and I was like, dang, that sucks. Seems slightly unnecessary, but that this sucks. um oh my god, I'm losing names. No, Fern. Yes,
Fern.
Fern. She literally like goes and was like, well, I call unclaimsies and I claim the ship and only kids can come on the ship. And he kind of like looks at her for a little bit and is like, close enough. And like starts beating everyone
Yeah,
up. Oh
sure.
my goodness.
He was so good. And I think too with Smee, because like he's a droid, so like he has certain kind of rules you have to follow, but also like Star Wars droids aren't like a lot of sci-fi robots where it's like they're literally a robot. Like Star Wars droids always have like personality and stuff to them, and so I feel like Smee was very clearly like on the kid's side, just looking for a way to justify it enough for his like logic processors or whatever. So as soon as Fern says that, he's like, "Yeah, sure, that works for me." On claimsies.
It was very cute. I liked it. But then he gets freaking slashed. And I was so
He did get
sad.
slashed. It
I
was
was
so
so
sad.
upset.
And that was again like how scary are lightsabers. We've seen this droid demolish people. Like this whole show. Like no one can handle this droid. Then it's like, oh yeah, you have the cheater stick.
The
It's like, yeah,
OP
I see why
stick.
the Jedi were like I see why the Jedi weren't like selling these. Like they were keeping them to themselves. Like, yeah, most people shouldn't have these actually. These need to be
Yeah.
very restricted.
That was scary. And then he's like threatening the kids, but like hardcore threatening them.
Oh, that
Yeah,
man was
he
bonkers.
was very
Off the wall
bonkers, very crazy,
nutcase.
very jerky. So I was just like, wow, he's like serious about this. It's not like you said,
Mhm.
like in the last episode, it seemed like he really didn't want to hurt the kids. He was kind of like just like Whim, like don't do it. Fern, like just yield. Um, but this one was like scary. This one was horrifying. Um, and then he's talking about like hurting their parents and stuff, and that was scary. Oh, but I liked that the ship is the key to get into the planet. That was really cool because I kept being
Mhm.
like, well, what, how, like, first of all, what does the planet look like? Like, is it somehow hidden? Does it look different? Like, what's I'm confused on does it just look like a normal planet and like they just like have really high security and they just kind of kill people and they come near? But so I really like that it was a bunch of storms and stuff. And so no one went through,
Mhm.
but the ship is the key to going in. That's really, really cool. Um, but they go in. I didn't appreciate how easy it was for Jod to just be like, "Yeah, I'm the ambassador." That was
I know.
so
I was like,
frustrating.
these stupid,
Yeah.
useless droids just need to just stun him when his back's turned. Like, oh my god. They're just like, yeah, yeah, you're the Republic, whatever guy.
Like,
Oh,
no
God, these guys.
registration, no license,
Right,
nothing.
and I understand they're pretty disconnected from the Republic, so they can't check their database or whatever. Like, can he show an
Yeah,
ID?
that's
Shouldn't he do these people not have cards? They go, yeah, here's my little Republic guy card.
yeah.
Like, he's just some guy.
Yeah, that was crazy to me. I was just so frustrated, and
Do people not have driver's license? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand.
so you're telling me I can get into Atten without my driver's license.
Once you get through the barrier, if you're just I mean, I guess he was on the ship, but
But and
still.
that was the other thing is, there were no.
And also, he literally goes through and starts smelling credits, and
Yeah,
nobody's like,
and I'm not
maybe we shouldn't.
saying that the droids should judge based on appearance. But I don't know how many ambassadors would probably look like that. Like, all kinda dirty, scrunkly, smelling credits.
Hey, you don't know what it took to get through that barrier.
You're right. But also, and they were like, "Oh, we haven't had an ambassador come here for so many years." And I was like, "So maybe, figure out if this guy's real or something." But you're
Right?
not. I'm crazy. So, that was, fun. That was that okay.
Stupid,
Yeah.
useless security
That was
guard.
the scariest part to me in the whole, that gave me the most anxiety and fear because he before was threatening to kill their parents. Um, which is so messed up in so many levels. So that was kind of when I was like, "Oh, he's not coming back. He's just jerky jerk." Uh, but the parents get there and they're hugging their kids. Well, I thought it was so awkward with Wim and his dad, but they do hug. They hug eventually. So they're all hugging, and then this dude shoves a lightsaber in their face, which like I don't understand why they weren't scared. This man was threatening them, but also I guess I don't know what a threat looks like, but I'm like that looks like that smells like a threat. I don't know.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, especially because not only did let this man walk into their vaults full of credits, whatever, but they were fully in the next episode, they fully let him just be like, yeah, these kids are under house arrest and need to be watched at all times. It's you're just letting him decide that. You don't know him. You don't know this guy.
Yeah, the amount of power that he had was crazy.
Mhm.
Especially for
Yeah.
showing no papers, no nothing.
Listen, not to be droidist.
Mhm,
Not
mhm,
to be
mhm,
droidist.
mhm.
Okay.
So we're being
This is
droidist.
why we need more this is why we need more organics in the security
Well,
department, okay? Droids don't pick up on vibes, at least not
okay,
these droids. These droids do not pick up on
yes,
vibes.
you are correct. But in another hand, they've been living pretty good. Besides having to learn about
They
math
have,
and I would
they have.
freaking crumble under that system, they're they're safe, they were fed.
Honestly, yeah.
It's just
I
this
think
one
from the
time.
first episode we were all expecting the other shoe to drop with Atten being terrible. Honestly, pretty good deal they had going on, you know?
Yeah.
Not, it's yeah, they're cut off from all the other planets, but we're on Earth. We only got one planet and we're doing way worse than they are. So, you know, that happens pretty chill.
Yeah.
Pretty chill vibes. Until Jod
My
ruins it
god.
because he has this pirate invasion and stupid.
Yeah.
Also, I did like the supervisor. He was a chill guy. I felt bad that John
Dude,
stabbed him.
he picked
He's
up on the
chill.
vibes.
Just a big guy. I know, he was the only one.
I
Okay?
really thought that there was gonna be another
He
one
picked it up.
though. I've like thought he was kind of like a whole
No,
system.
just this guy. Just this guy. And they
Yeah.
kill him. Poor guy. He seemed like a chill dude. Just big droid.
Did you have it? All right, wait. Have you
But
watched?
yeah, because he said like, oh, because he was the one that was like, because Job was like, yeah, I'm a Jedi ambassador thing, and the droid was, and this what's his name, the supervisor was like, oh well, the last communication we got from the Republic was that the Jedi are all traitors, meaning that Palpatine just broadcast that to everybody, even planets he clearly didn't know existed. So, but they were like, so what is it? And then John stabbed him, and it was very sad
Yeah,
for
it
me.
was very sad. Oh, I do like. So they go with their. Have you? Oh, that was what I was gonna ask. Have you watched V for Vendetta or read it?
Yes. No, I've not
It's
read it.
very good.
I've seen it.
But
I've
one
seen
of
the
the
movie.
guys in V for Vendetta, like Natalie Portman's boss, um, is the
Mhm.
voice for the robot. I don't know. I was like thinking, I was
Oh,
like,
I
what
didn't know that.
is sound familiar? And yeah, V for Vendetta. Well, he doesn't just do V for Vendetta, but that's that's what I know him from.
No, that's the only
Yeah.
thing he's ever done in his life.
Oh,
He's just a chill guy, though, the
yeah.
supervisor. Just a
Very
chill
chill
guy.
guy. He was chilling V for Vendetta too. Um, but I like that. So they go back to their own parents, like except or their houses, and Fern doesn't because Fern has to just talk back. I understand. I would do the same thing, but she was talking back, and John was like, "Fern, you and your mom, come with me. We're gonna have so much fun." Uh,
Yeah. Well, and even the other kids, like, have these security
yeah.
droids watching them. So, like, when like, they can't tell their parents what's going on. Like, they can't tell them that Jod's sad because 'cause they're being watched
Mhm.
by Jod.
Neil in the bathtub.
Poor Neil, just
For
let him take
real.
a bath, guys. He's always getting
He's
interrupted.
just trying to scrub a dub dub,
Um,
and they will
but
not allow him to scrub a dub dub. So sad. Uh,
yeah, essentially the power is, like, knocked out, and then there's I love the whole sequence, their little bike scene where, like, Wim gets on bikes and runs off with, Neil and KB, and they, like, go on they have their mission to go, like, help Fern and stuff, and Wim's dad was low-key MVP of the finale.
it was
Um,
microwave food,
'Cause
math,
he just
perfect.
well, he just hops on his bike and is like, "Alright," and he just follows the kids, and, like, he was having fun, like, he was a very, like, stiff, kinda straight-laced guy beforehand, and now he let himself
Mhm.
get loose a little bit, which I
I
enjoyed seeing
loved,
that.
I loved seeing like Wim's dad, great in this, right? But when they're talking about getting the power back on, so that way they could get the ship, um, and they're like, "Oh man, we need like an engineer, blah 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 blah. Where do we get that?" And then and his dad's like, "Son, you know what I do. You know how cool I am."
He's like, "I'm a class
Yeah.
whatever analyst, blah, 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 blah," and it was so funny. He
Yes.
was such a hero. Love Wim's dad, love that guy.
Yes.
Um,
What did you think about Fern's mom?
but I liked her a lot this episode too. She was like, it was hard to get a read on her a little bit because she's obviously like this very high ranking position. She seemed to care a lot about like status and appearance, and Fern clearly wanted nothing to do with that. So it was really interesting to see her be a little more like independent and brave. I enjoyed that from her
Yes.
too.
I liked seeing the difference of Fern's
But I really
mom.
liked how this whole like that like And when I talked about like the culmination of all the characters' arcs, like it was really about them, about what they had learned on their adventure and then applying it. You know, it's like for Neil, well, for one, Neil learned that their school has a giant turbo laser on it because he learned that
Yeah.
at Akron. So that, but like coming back around, but also like having the courage, you know, kind of going to do that himself, no backup,
Initiative.
figuring it out because he was a character who remembered was too scared to talk to the
I
girl he likes in the
hope he
first
gets to
episode.
talk to her. I hope they are
And now
dating
here he
now.
is,
I hope she saw him and was
and
like,
now here
"Wow,
he is.
Neil's so cool."
Yeah, well, now here he is shooting turbo lasers at pirates. You know, like, um, and then like you have Wim having his having a big moment of igniting a lightsaber the right way, but also you know, that kind of that bravery. Again, like for all the kids, it's that courage that they, I think, lacked in a sense before. And then for like, you know, work together like KB flying the ship and, you know, getting the
She
message
fixed
out
his
to
SM.
Kim. And she fixed SM-33, which is so great. Now
He's holding
he's
his own
okay.
head,
And
but it's
then, you
okay.
know, Fern, the way Fern was handling Jod, like mentally, she had him, man. She was
Yeah.
on to him. And that was really fun. Oh, and also Wim's dad punching Jod,
Mhm.
10 out of 10.
Mhm.
No notes, top tier.
On God.
But it was just such a great action sequence where like everything fit together so perfectly, and I enjoyed that whole like last chase. And then of course the X-wings show up, and it's like yay X-wings. Um,
Yeah.
it's very
I'm
very fun.
like I was excited for the X-Wings cuz I was like, "Oh, they're getting help. That's awesome." And I was like, "Oh, now they're going to get taken over." um which like could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
why I'm so excited
I
for
mean they're
the
definitely
season
gonna.
2.
Yeah, yeah. I mean it's on one hand I think it's like as much as Ad did have a good deal going on, I think it'll be really great for them to be connected to the galaxy and to the New Republic. Now, unfortunately, this means they might have to deal with the First Order in 30 years. However, the First Order never got to spread quite as far as the Empire, so maybe they'll be okay.
It is also a money
Um,
place though, so I don't know.
yeah, that's true, but also I don't think like we never got the impression the First Order was like because like it's not that they're like they don't have big imports or exports. They just make the money
Yeah.
and send it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like so for pirates, like this is great. This is valuable gold, like vintage style credits. But as far as the first order, I feel like they're more interested in like where there are resources, which we don't aren't entirely clear if Aladdin has them. Um, like as far like besides sustaining their planet, I don't know. But I'd think like you know like this that you know that new I mean you know new transfer of culture and I mean we never really saw people eat too much besides Wim and his dad. I don't get the I wouldn't I don't want
Home
to
cooked meal.
I don't want to put all of my culinary pressure onto Wim's dad. Like I'm sure other people do cook and eat real food. I mean maybe not.
Yeah.
But like, you know, new foods, you know, maybe someone will be really into like Corellian food or
I need
something.
a bento
But also
box
like, you know, we think of like
of the
Wim.
microwave food Wim's dad cooked up.
Yes. But also think of like think of kids like they're I'm sure like Wim wasn't the only kid who wanted something bigger, you know what I mean? Like and now that opens up a whole new world of opportunity to everybody on at Atten. So I think it's a good thing. Uh the other storm thingy's destroyed, so but I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good for people. And you know, the first order only lasted like couple of years. I mean, longer than that, but they were only like taking over planets for like 2 years, and then they got wiped. So they'll be fine, right?
I'm more so on the negative side where I'm scared for them. I don't think anything bad is gonna happen. Like I don't think they're gonna become slaves and like all their money and like whatever culture they have is gonna be gone and blah blah blah. I don't think that at all, but I feel like certain freedoms may be limited as
Well, what do you
most.
like by the New Republic? The New Republic doesn't care what people do as long as they're not pirates or something.
Well, I don't know. I'm worried because they're such a like they have all this money, and I guess it's not like the people used this money. Well, like they did, but not in a way like all of it. There's just so much money. I don't know. I don't like government, but that's just an all-rounded thing that is not just
Right. Yeah,
this
I just feel
government.
like for its fault, I feel like the New Republic was chill, was very chill, and arguably too chill because the reason the First Order was able to rise is because they were too chill, largely. Um, like I don't think I think like the New Republic will give them better resources to defend themselves. As good as a storm, no. But now the New Republic's aware of them, they will be able to protect them better from pirates and anyone that would be looking for them. Which again, also most people don't have the coordinates to this place, too. Besides the New Republic
Yeah.
now.
I'm honestly just curious, like if there is a season two, because I feel like if there is a season two, it might like start off with either well, it might start off with a completely different thing, but it could start off with like, yeah, since the New Republic came in, like it's been great and we're all going around and doing our own thing. Or it could be bad. I don't know. I'm worried. I don't like governments.
But
That's just
it's
a
the New
personal
Republic.
thing.
That's Hera set that up. Hera Syndulla and Princess Leia set that
They're
up.
still corrupt.
Right, but they're not like the Empire or the First Order. Like,
I know, but
I'm
it's
not
like
saying the New
it still
Republic.
leads up to all of that.
Right, but the New Republic, like the First Republic became the Empire. The New Republic got blown up by the First Order. It's very different. I feel like.
It's still a government in my brain.
Well, are you an anarchist? Is that what you're saying? There should be no government?
Uh, I didn't say that. I was just saying like I don't like governments. I
I'm
don't
just saying, like
know. I'm just
the New Republic is like the
curious.
best government in Star Wars. Like
Um, I don't
they're
know.
chill, and a lot of the corruption comes from the Imperial people left in, but like they're not taking over planets or doing anything the old Republic is doing. They're not taking away anyone's freedoms besides old Imperial prisoners, which Adden is not.
I'm just curious. That's all.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't think there's any reason to be worried, unless it's because only the biggest issue with the New Republic was Mothma demilitarizing them, which allowed the First Order to grow. So besides like them not having enough protection, but I don't like the New Republic, like New Republic let a lot of people be independent. I don't know if Adden will want that because they were part of the Old Republic for a long time, and they're probably gonna want to be like, yeah, well, we want to be back in our own, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean, and have the benefits of that. Um, you know, so I'm not worried about the New Republic like moving in because there's no examples of the New Republic moving in and like taking freedoms from people. Like a lot of people are like, we want to leave the New Republic, and they're like, yeah, okay, in the books and stuff, you know.
Fair. I'm
Hello,
there.
are you still there?
Just like fair enough. Okie dokie.
Yeah, but yeah, so I mean, I'm curious to see what that means because it's like imagine for generations, like you've you know grown up and like obviously they know about other planets because they know about Alderaan and Coruscant, and they're hearing stories of the Jedi. So imagine like growing up and then being with only having your planet and just hearing about other planets, and then one day that changes and it's like, oh, by the way, you missed a fascist empire taking over the whole galaxy. But no, there's a new republic, which is like a better version of the old one, except all the Jedi were genocided, and like navigating that, and not because some people do have that freedom, where if you want to be Wim, if you want to be traveling the galaxy, like he was talking about wanting to travel and have adventures, and now that's an option to them where it wasn't before. And so I think that's a very exciting change. Obviously they're losing some security, right? Like as much as they were secluded, and that would have caused frustration for people, it also did prevent the Empire from moving in. And now, all the New Republic is fine. In 30 years, we're going to have the First Order. Whether or not the First Order wants anything to do with that planet, we will have to see. That they didn't spread as big as the Empire, so maybe we'll be fine. Maybe. So I'm very curious to see, what else the people of this planet gets up to, what else these kids get up to. Like, are they going to get older and want to go on more adventures? Or are they going to get older and be like, nope, I want to be an analyst?
I wonder how much
or whatever.
older, like if we get the season 2, I wonder how much older they'll be.
I suppose it depends on how long it is till they make that decision, because already these kids are, it's been a couple of years since they filmed this show. And so if, like, because I don't know, like, if season 2 is already in development, which we don't know if it's greenlit or where it is in that process. So if it's already in development, they could film within the next year or so, and then these kids will be like early teenagers. Or like if they're gonna wait a couple years, then they would be like later teenagers. And I would love to see these kids being like New Republic pilots, like Kaz and all that.
I wonder, like I kind of feel like, well, not specifically, but like if as they grow up, I feel like I have like a feel of where everyone is gonna kind of be, but I'm curious about where KB would try to end up.
Yeah, well, because KB was, because she was like the one in the first episode, she was the one with Fern riding around on crazy bikes and doing all that stuff. So she definitely, even though we learned that she can't always keep up with Fern, she does definitely seem to have that desire for adventure and everything. And so if she gets older and is able to more independently handle her medical needs and also prepare, like this was they thought they were gonna go home that night and then they were on a spaceship kind of thing. Where like if she's able to like bring stuff with her, I'm sure she'd be fine to go wherever she please, especially if she's older.
Maybe slightly more advanced technology
sure.
that she can use.
Yeah, maybe technology is developed faster outside of in the outside galaxy. They have better access to it, and then obviously women Fern have that really big desire for adventure. But one thing is like Neil. I don't know if
I feel
maybe
like Neil would stay.
He did grow a lot, but I don't know if Neil's New Republic resistance pilot kind of guy. He might want to stay.
I think
home.
he stays home
Maybe
with his new girlfriend, soon to be wife.
The green girl. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see. Like, I'd love to see because we know that the New Republic set up flight academies and college basically, that kind of fun stuff. So I'd love to see the kids at college. They go to Coruscant for college or something like that. In the New Republic, and getting to kind of navigate that, and maybe it's flights, maybe some of them are in they're like flight majors or whatever. I don't know how that works. Like they're like flight majors, and Neil's like a whatever major, and then they have adventures. That would be fun.
Yeah, I was worried. Well, okay, I was worried for KB, but I was also like, nah, she's got this. You guys are fake fans of KB. She's got this. She's not gonna crash. And then she did it. Well, she did a
Oh,
little
she
bit,
was great,
but she was safe and okay.
but she was fine.
Um,
And that's how you don't get crushed on a ship full of credits.
that was so funny because she didn't even
Cough,
like
cough
come
to the
down
door.
like,
Cough, cough
you
to the
know,
door.
like I don't know, like she just kind of was like a little stick, like a little person, like just falling.
She just like
She
flopped.
wasn't like flailing. I guess she was passed out, but she wasn't like kicking or flailing her arms or like, trying to make sure she didn't get crushed or anything. It's just so funny to me. I don't know. That must be horrible, but it was kind of silly. But yeah. I'm also curious what happens to Jod
Yeah,
now that he's kind of
yeah, because we didn't really get a definitive. Like he was like looking at the X-wings take out all the pirates. And by the way, I was like very stressed when they're taking out the one pirate ship. I was like, guys, this ship is way too close to this like suburban
yeah.
neighborhood. You need to not shoot it down here. And then like mostly landed in the water, so it was fine. Besides property damage, like who cares? Um, but I was a little stressed. But yeah, so I mean, I assume he would, if he doesn't like escape into the crowd of that Adden, which he could. I wonder if he like gets arrested and just goes to New Republic prison and now hangs out with a bunch of Imperials. But also like we've seen people break out of New Republic prisons, so he can get
Yeah.
out. So
Especially with the Force.
um
Oh, which
yeah.
we do kind of
And
he tells us that a Jedi finds him, right? Something like that.
yeah, we learned. Well, so yeah, so what happened was he was basically like Ezra if the entire Ghost crew died in season 1, was my
Alternate
understanding.
reality.
Like, he was a young, Force-sensitive kid, kind of it seemed like it doesn't sound like he was loving home with parents, like, it sounds like he's, like, on his own, and he gets found by this Jedi, and she tries to, like, teach him some Jedi stuff, but she gets killed, and that kinda sets him off. So that was really interesting, and it made a lot of sense, right? Because we talked about way back in like 4, where he was like saying things that on the surface like kind of sound like Jedi teachings, but are like a total misunderstanding of them, like not actually Jedi
Yeah,
teachings. And it was like, oh, because he got to learn a few words, and then she was killed.
pretty much, yeah.
Um,
It was like
so that
way
was really
less than
interesting.
Kanan. Like Kanan was, in the beginning was pretty
Yeah,
stiff and was
this
like,
is like if
well,
the entire Ghost crew died in like Rebels. Yeah, this is like if the entire Ghost crew died in like Rebel season like 3 or episode like
yeah.
3. Like they all died. It's just Ezra. He goes crazy.
Crazy, go stupid. Yeah. So that was kind of cool. And I like that, like, I don't need an in-depth thing about it. Honestly, just that is pretty satisfying. Uh,
Yeah,
so I like that a lot. Oh, and I was gonna say earlier about Fern's mom. I like that after a bit she like builds up the courage, kind of like what you were saying, and like, start pushes the button or the lever, and I was like, "Yay, mom! Yippee, mom!" I thought that was cute. She could be as adventurous and as strong as her kid. I don't know. It was a very sweet moment. I liked a lot. Which I'm going backwards, but thought it was cute.
yeah, no, that's okay. Oh yeah, yeah. It was so good. And again, Wim's dad punching him was
Yeah.
pretty great. 10 out of 10. Yeah, and then I also want to point out, 'cause I mentioned it earlier, I love the last shot of um the show because it's Wim looking up at the New Republic ships coming in, and it's these X-wings, and it's a ship the same model as the Tantive 4, which is the first ship ever seen in A New Hope. Is the Tantive 4, and he's seeing the ship that same model it's flying overhead, and he's so in awe and inspired by it. And I thought it was so great because, like, in a sense, like we are all the Skeleton Crew kids, right? Like inspired by these stories, and we can go and have our own great adventures and be and learn from these heroes. And so I really like Wim, like really being that representative there. And again, I think it does, as much as you may be concerned, I think it does show a bright future for Atten, right? Where it's like, yes, things will be different, but they're in good hands, and they're in the hands of people who care. They got to skip the Empire, woohoo! And they're rejoining the galaxy at a very different time from which they were cut off, but not really a bad time right now. I mean, obviously we do have Thrawn moving in, and that might cause complications. But as long as they keep him away from Atten, they're going to be fine for another 25 years.
I wonder, and you can correct me on this, but I wonder when this is, because wasn't it a whole...
So this is Mando timeline. This is 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Because wasn't it their whole thing, like saying that they didn't have like the resources, the time, or the money to try to help other planets or like the smaller planets? Because now they have the resources or the money at least.
So at this point with the New Republic, they're still pretty low in resources. The problem we ran into with Mando was the New Republic was like, we're limited on the resources we have. What we do have needs to be put towards the planets that are part of the Republic, so like people who want to be in. The problem we had in Mando season 3 was that Grief Karga was like, no, I don't want to be in the Republic. And then they were like, okay, well, sorry, but we can't help you. We have to protect our own planets. And then that's why there was the issue.
That's my thing is like, now they have the money. Perhaps good? Perhaps can?
Well, they have the thing is like, these aren't the same credits the Republic is using. That's why the pirates are so intrigued by them.
I wonder why they're so
also
valuable.
Like they probably listen. I'm not an economist. I don't know if putting 1,138 vaults full of credits and throwing that into the economy, I don't know if that's a good thing.
Inflation.
I'm not an economist. That sounds like crazy inflation. That sounds like not a good idea. And also, I don't know if it's the money is the issue as much as the
they're not giving it to their
having ships.
I don't know. I don't want to talk about inflation. I don't know. Well, I know the generalized thought.
Well, no, I'm not saying Atten isn't giving them to people. I'm just saying like if like I don't like it's not like the New Republic can be like, oh, look at all this free money we found. Like I don't know if that's how it works. Again, not an economist, but I feel like bad idea.
I am curious about like if they take the money, which I'm guessing they will, because it'll be part of the New Republic. So then I'm wondering what they will do. What they will do with the money, like if they're just gonna like keep it, like buy new ships. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know
how that would work.
How worthy these credits are, like in the I know black market pirates are gonna go crazy with them. I don't know if how worthwhile of credits they are in like the above board economy. But also the New Republic was pretty like part of the thing with the New Republic was that they were so scared of being the Empire again that they were very like hands off with a lot of their planets. In that like a lot of people like the New Republic had a military, But after a while, they were like, "We're gonna help planets build their own militaries because we don't wanna have a centralized military and become empire too." And so, like, and I think that was a philosophy that extended, like, generally, right? They were like, "You can send your senator here, and we'll help you, and you'll be part of us, but, like, we're not gonna overstep." So, I don't know, like, I can't imagine them being like, "We'll have all thousands of volts of credits, please." I imagine they would, and I mean, the reason At-Aten was making them was to give them
Yeah.
to the public too, you know? Like, reason they had all these vaults is because they just kept making them even when no one from the Republic came to pick them up.
Well, Jawed the
So, like, it's
ambassador
not like
did.
At-Aten yeah. Well, because so it's not like At-Aten will refuse to give, I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's very interesting. Um, but
I'm
yeah,
curious,
so
curious, curious.
but I'm excited. As I said, I would love to see these kids in pilot school with, because we're 25 years from from Force Awakens, which means they're a bit too old to be in school with Cass.
Hmm.
Darn it. But they are the perfect age to become BFFs with Jason Syndulla because he's
Ooh.
their age too. So
Mhm.
besties. You can go to pilot school with them. And Poe.
Poe Dameron.
Poe would be their age too. Be like 2 years younger. But if they go to pilot
That would
college.
be cool.
Yeah. That's what I want. That's my pitch. Skeleton Crew season 2, New Republic pilot college, and it's Poe, it's baby Poe, it's Jason, it's it's Skeleton Crew kids. And let's just, who cares? Have the current actors all play them in college. Oscar Isaac's
Mhm.
there also playing a college
It'll
kid.
be like
Watch
a
him build it.
classic,
Sounds great to me.
80s movie or whatever where they're like, "Yeah, this guy is in high school. That is a 30-year-old man." um there was something I was going to say and I forgot. It is gone. It is gone. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Did you read the Jedi Academy books when you were little?
The
No.
legends? The
Yeah.
little doodly ones. Yeah, I think I read like the
I always
first
thought those
one.
were cool. That's how I
Maybe the
imagine
second
the
one.
that's how I imagine that's gonna all go down. Like just like that. Mhm.
Pilot school. I would love a New Republic pilot school
Mhm.
show or movie or anything or book series, literally anything. I think that's because like if you do it because you can't do Republic pilot school because like they don't really have like there wasn't like a Republic military really until they made the clones. And you can't really do Imperial pilot school because there's a lot of baggage that
Yeah.
comes with that. You can't do First Order pilot school because they're all brainwashed. But like New Republic pilot school, that's the sweet spot, you
Yeah.
know? And some of them could be resistance pilots. They don't all have to be, but they can, you know? Oh my gosh. Because I always thought like after Hera, because we know from the Alpha Squadron books that after all the military stuff is like done, Hera wants to like stop doing the New Republic military stuff. And like, I think she'd be a great flight teacher. She taught Sabine, Ezra, Kanan, and Zeb. I think she would be a
Yes.
great flight teacher.
She'd be very cool.
So you have Hera as a teacher and all the kids. I think it'd be really fun. You can
Yes.
make that show. Try to
Animated.
make it happen. Animated. Yeah, because if it's animated, then you can have all the
Just
cast.
throw
It doesn't
someone in
matter.
there.
You can have Oscar Isaac playing next to the Skeleton Crew kids and say they're all the same
Perfect.
age.
You
Who
just need their
cares?
voice.
Poe's voice just matured very quickly.
It's actually just like
This will
it's like
happen when
when
you're Poe Dameron.
Freddie Prinze Jr. Voiced himself in the Clone
What
Wars.
do you say, baby Kanan in Bad Batch? Oh my gosh,
It'll be
yes.
like that. No one said
Because you have
anything.
like the
I
kids.
didn't say
You have
nothing.
like we have like 14-year-olds doing the voices of college kids, and then also you have this like how old is Oscar Isaac now? It's like 50. Do you have like a 50-year-old? How old is he? I gotta look this up. There was a time
Yeah.
I would have known from the heart,
Oh,
but not anymore. 45. Okay, so 45. That's what 30 years. You meet in the middle. There you go. It's just make them all college kids. And it's fine.
yeah. Perfect.
I think that's my new
You could
dream.
be any
That's to be
age
the
in
next Star Wars
college too.
animated
It
series.
doesn't even
New
matter.
Republic Pilot School. Yeah, well, I mean, Poe. I mean, canonically, Poe would have to be around these kids'
No,
ages.
he's just animated this like the
He
age
was.
of
He was.
he is in the
Poe,
movies.
Poe's actually. Poe actually was 30 years old for 10 years. I don't know if
Yeah.
you knew this or not, but
It's like
yeah,
in a
canonically,
community
that's
of
canon.
what's that guy's name? I just
Oh, Pierce in Community.
wait, what was his name?
Actually, that would be Pierce.
Yeah.
You're talking about Chevy Chase in Community, right? Yeah.
I'm talking about what's his name? Childish Gambino. What's Childish Gambino's name?
Oh, Troy.
Yeah, he's
Troy.
like
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
What does he say? Everyone's 10 twice. How many lives have I been
Oh, yeah.
living?
Oh, yeah. But it's just a
Yeah.
post in 30 for 10 years. Oh, that's like the opposite though, because that would make. I don't. This doesn't
It
make any
doesn't need
sense.
to.
These sentences
This
that I'm
is our
saying
little
don't make any
show.
sense. Yeah.
We just have to
But
pitch it to
yeah,
Filoni now.
that's my
Yeah.
pitch for Skeleton Crew season 2 is New Republic Pilot School with Jason and Poe, and they're all besties. Who else is that age? I mean, basically all the Black Squadron pilots are, I guess.
Yeah.
And like most resistance pilots in general.
Perfect.
Yeah. Slay. Slay. Oh my god, Temin could be there. Oh, I love Temin. Rest in peace.
Who?
Snap. Wexley.
Oh. Yes. Slay.
Yeah, he could be there. He was an outlaw.
Oh, nice. I was watching my dad play Outlaws and he found a flower crown for Nyx. It's cute.
Important. I'm excited for the Hondo expansion to Outlaws.
Oh my god, no, don't.
I miss Hondo.
My dad will not play any other game. He's been bought like 3 new games. And he refuses to play any other game. And or like sometimes on a like blue moon he'll play Marvel Rivals with like Hawes and stuff. But he will not put down this game. Now you're telling me there's an expansion? Please.
Oh no. Yeah, I hate to tell you, the spring of this year is the
That's
Hondo
amazing.
DLC
I love
for
that.
Star Wars
I love
Outlaws.
it. I love Hondo. That sounds amazing, right? But oh my god. And this man is asking for Silent Hill. He's asking for this game. He's asking for that game. And I keep having to be like, no, father, until you put down Outlaws, I am not buying you a game for it to just rot. I can't. He's obsessed. Well,
it's a really great
game. It looks like a great game.
It's really fun.
I just can't.
Because it held me off for a long time from playing the Indiana Jones game, which I was playing yesterday. Another really great game. That's really
cute.
Fun.
Yeah, but my dad can't like play 2 games, like because like I'll play multiple games at once, not at the same time, but like I'll play Silent Hill, you know, Fortnite. I feel like doesn't really count, but like starting that, like I'll do different games at a time, but my dad can't. But anyway, that's great. That's Hondo sounds amazing. I hope my father will be happy.
I'm very, very excited. And the little like, and I don't think this is gonna happen. I don't think
Uh-huh.
it's gonna happen. But the little like descriptor for it is like Hondo needs Kay's help settling a score with a ruthless band of pirates. I'm like, what if it's Brutus's? What if it's Captain Silvo?
Oh,
It's not.
okay.
It's not. But I mean, I mean, it could be. I
That
don't
would be
think it
cute
is. But I'm like, oh my god, what if Brutus is there?
though. In one of
Because he wouldn't be dead
I need
yet.
to remember what podcast it was. But in one of Hawes's podcasts that my dad sent me, um, it was like he was God, what is the name of that podcast? I was literally listening to it the other day. But they were basically rating different games and like giving different games awards, like fake awards, right? But they're giving them awards, and
Hmm.
one of them was which game which game will Sal Perales never put down ever in a million years? Their award goes to Outlaws. It was so
It's
funny, but I was like, "Oh my god, Dad, please."
a really good game. Cannot recommend Outlaws
Yeah.
enough. I got really lucky, not
Mhm.
lucky, but lucky that I got like super, super sick the week it came out, and then I couldn't go to work. So I would just play Outlaws all day for like 5 days. It was great.
Nice.
Good times.
I need my dad to get sick so that way he can
Good
just
times.
speed through this game. Um,
Yeah, well, but because I did a podcast with him about it, he doesn't do that. Because I was like, oh, I have all this time. I want to make sure I get through the story. And so I didn't just do the story, but I like really went through the story. And then I spent like, couple hours every day or every other day for like months, like doing all the side quests and stuff. And your dad, I mean, I think he did finish the story, but he was very like, oh, what's this?
yeah.
Oh, what's
Which
that?
like I am too with certain
I'm
games,
very,
but
I need objectives. I need things to do. I get really stressed out when the
Mhm.
game is too open world. Like this is too much. Tell me what
if
to do. Give
if
me
I'm
give me
watching
objectives.
other people play a game, like if it's like a streamer or like say it's Chris or I'm like watching my dad, I get frustrated that they're not just moving on with the story. But if you give me the remote, I'm like, "Ooh, what's in this cave? Wait, can you go over here? Can I break this?" Um it's called High Potion,
Yeah. I'm
the
very
podcast. High
oh,
Potion, and it's episode 186, awards of 2024. So yeah,
I'm very much I need structure.
structure with Steve and
Yes.
Hawes.
I need I need tasks to do. If I don't have a task, I'm
That's
lost
fair. Oh,
forever.
ever. That's
I like to do little tasks. So I have a Valley game that I played until literally like year 9. Like I finished everyone's hearts and all the quests and all the everything, and I finished all the collections. And I would play it. I would spend hours playing it, just doing like, okay, going to go around and do all the little things on my farm and go do that, and then I'm going to go to bed, and just like would just spend hours looping through that every single day. And there's this huge update for Stardew Valley, and it was like we added all like a new
yeah.
area of the map, and we added all these new fish, all this new stuff, and I logged on I'm like so excited. Like, oh my god, more Stardew Valley! And I logged on. I opened all my little like collections, and like now it was like my collections weren't finished anymore, and there's all this new stuff. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And I closed the game, and I haven't touched it
um.
since. Because I'm like,
Yeah. Oh my
what do I
gosh.
do?
Yeah. I When you told me to play Stardew, I was like, bet, and so I started playing Stardew, and I destroyed that thing. Like I also did the exact same thing where I like got every single achievement. I got every little like tiny little thing, like Pinkie Pies and everything. Um and I pretty much 100%ed it, but I'm also so horrible and I'm so scared of closure sometimes that well, most of the time that I just didn't end the game. Like I like it was literally to the point where they were like inviting me to the cliff or the mountain or whatever, and I was like, this is the end. Okay, I'm gonna close this. And I just closed the game and I never went back to it. And then, Chris ever was like, what, why aren't you gonna beat it? And I was like, because then that's it. Then that's all. Like, I finished it. I don't want to finish it. They're like, okay, go like farm on your island or whatever. I'm like, I did everything. Everything is so like perfect on this farm. Cause I never decorated. I'm not good at decorating and making things pretty. I just make it like, yes,
You make it functional,
functional
make it
and
efficient.
efficient.
That's how my farm was. People always like, I always see people who make their like very aesthetic farms. I'm like, where's the
Yes.
sprinklers? Your farms are not optimized.
Yeah. Yeah. I did go back to it this time because I have my computer now, and I'm like, this will be cool, and like the whole new update. So I'm doing that, but I'm actually gonna try to finish it and just finish it, go to the end. I'm not sure who to marry this time though, because last time I did Shane.
Mm.
I was thinking Krobus, like have him move in. You don't really marry him. You just like
Oh, Krobus.
Krobus
I
is
love
cool.
Krobus.
And then I was like, oh my god, I should do the TikTok trend of like being with Haley. And I was like, oh, I made my character a boy. It's not the same. Not the same. um so I don't know. That's a question
Yeah,
for later.
yeah. This is not about Skeleton Crew anymore at all. But
No, but
yeah. We got off track. But yeah, love Skeleton Crew. Great show. It was, it was something where I was like, I'm satisfied with it. I'm satisfied with the story. As much as you're talking about like, oh, the characters could do this and this, like I'm satisfied with this story and the closure we got, and I enjoyed it a lot. I would love to see more, but if this is it, I'm happy we had it, and I'm grateful for the story. And it was so touching, and these characters were so well crafted and such a gift to Star Wars, and I'm so happy we have them. Um, but then on the other hand, like even if it's not about these characters, I just love to be reading a book and like there's someone who's like, "Oh, I'm from Manhattan," and I'm like, "I know that place," you know. Um, I'm curious about the future of Aunt Atten's role in the galaxy. Also, I really hope these kids tell somebody about Aunt Akron because oh my
yeah.
god, help those people, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, poor guys.
um,
I also hope that maybe like we
like
do see them, but
the
they learn from Neil and they're like, "Hey, let's be friends." Buds.
yeah, or even that like oh well, even like not that the New Republic is bountiful with resources at this point, but like if give them something because like the reason they're fighting is over resources, right? So I'm not saying it's like gonna 100% fix it, but like give them resources to stop killing each other over nerfs
Yeah.
and grain. Oh my god, just give them stuff. You don't have they can leave like let them leave, but if they want to stay, just give them stuff. So they stop killing each other. But yeah, hopefully I learned from Neil. Also, like, because it was at Atten and at Akron were two of these five. Was it five or six? Like sequestered worlds that the New Republic kind of like, or not the New Republic, the Republic, like, kind of hid from the galaxy. Um, and clearly, like, if at Atten was a mint for credits, I assume like the others, whether if they were mints also, or like some other thing where they had to be protected from people trying to raid them and steal stuff. So I'm curious to see like because Ed Akron's not doing well. So I'm curious to see, and Ed Akron seemed to be the famous one, but I'm curious to see like how are the other planets doing? Can we go check on them? Like they don't have to join the Republic if they don't want to, but like
what's the status on these guys?
are they okay? Like
Are they safe?
Like,
Are they all right?
You know, like because like Ed was doing pretty good until John. And you know, if they're doing fine, if they want to stay in their little storm bubble, go ahead. That's great. But we could like just see, like, hey guys,
Wellness check.
are you cool? You cool? Chill. You doing good? But yeah, it's a new age for these characters, and I loved when the storm thingy like recedes, and all of the people of that end got to see stars for the first time. So that was beautiful, you know. And I think so symbolic, right, of that opening of opportunity. Because ever since A New Hope, it's always been characters looking to the sun, looking to the stars for their future and their possibility. Seeing that again,
and these are
that
real ones
like,
now.
Like imagine if tomorrow, yeah, well, like imagine if tomorrow it was like, by the way, there's a whole galaxy out there and they're welcoming us, and you can go wherever, and they have resources to protect you, and you can explore, and like there's all these new jobs, new places to go, new foods to try. Like how amazing that would be. And so I'm excited for people that end to have that possibility now. Yeah. And First Order, if you're listening to me, Kylo Ren, General Hux, all you people, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Don't go anywhere near them. Go bother, I don't know, don't bother anyone actually, but don't bother them for sure.
Don't do anything. Go away.
Just go away. Go back to Exegol and let Rey kill you all.
Yes.
That's what I say to the First Order. Leave that end alone.
Fair enough.
Oh my gosh, Neil's little siblings would be like Kaz's age.
Really?
Yeah, because Kaz is early 20s in Resistance. So
I love how
for
Neil's
25
kids
years,
look.
they'd be like
Pretty.
they'd be like at most a couple of years older than Kaz. Oh my gosh.
Neil's...
Jorbo and Jorko.
What did you say? What's their name?
That's their name.
What's their name?
I'm not lying. Jorbo and Jorko. I'm pretty sure. I'm looking it up because now I feel foolish if it's
No. I'm sure you're right. I don't know why I didn't hear what their names are.
Okay, no, I was wrong. It's Jorko and Jobo.
Still
Jorko and Jobo.
That's still so silly. Can you imagine
We're
giving
never
birth and
beating the
being like, I
Gleptional
want to name
allegations.
this one Jorko.
Jorko? Do you think he wears jorts when he's older?
Sure. Oh, that is silly. I liked seeing Neil's dad carry both of them. What a good dad. I take back what I said earlier about what he said, what I said about him. Top tier dad.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was kind of gone, but I guess he was watching the kids while Numa did all the work, which is fair.
Yes.
Oh my god, we totally also missed in episode 7 the parents doing their little like Avengers or Endgame little like run with the little transmitter to get the message out to the kids. Which their message was very, very sweet. But they're all like running, getting stunned one by one.
Yeah.
Trying to pass this transmitter along.
That was a little scary.
Go parents. Go parents.
Pass the ball.
It was just like in Avengers Endgame when they have the like gauntlet and like Spider-Man's like going through with all the people. It was just like that. Just like Spidey Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, great finale to Skeleton Crew. Because we got off topic. Love the show. Again, I'm happy with it. But if more is on the table, I'll gladly take it. Also, I hope, I don't know, like presumably the kids are gonna go back to their parents. I mean, they're still gonna hang out with each other, but like they're going home. But I really hope Smee just like moves in with one of them, and he's just like Uncle Grandpa now to like the kids. I think KB. I think you should move him KB because I feel like KB and her moms could take care of him. Because when they're doing the transmitter thing, KB's moms were the ones that like were making it. Like they knew how to do it. But I hope Smee's happy on that end.
Yeah.
Also, if the kids get to keep the ship,
What if he
that's
becomes
theirs.
a cook? There has been no reference to
Smee
Smee cooking, but Smee cooking.
Hey, he could, if he's not going to be a pirate anymore, he should get a new hobby or a new occupation. And maybe he should move in with Wim and his dad, and so that they can not eat their microwave food. So, I mean, the microwave food was great. Maybe they could also eat other food too, and Smee can cook it for
Yes.
them.
Yippee!
I think you're onto something.
Yeah. Yippee! Just
But,
make
yeah.
everyone a chef. A really good chef.
Yeah. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, do you have anything else to say about Skeleton Crew? Oh, the long one.
Well, it also was 2 episodes. I loved it, and I want a season 2. Please. Please. Zoe, make it happen. Make it happen,
I don't know
Zoe.
what I'm gonna do. I don't know what you think I'm gonna do.
Just go and convince them.
Why don't you just call Taylor up?
Call who up?
You know the TikTok sound where people are like, "Why don't you just call Taylor up?"
Oh, I was like, "Who's Taylor?" I understand now.
Yes,
You're right.
Taylor Swift.
Swift.
No, Taylor
You a
Gray. I'm gonna
Swiftie?
call Taylor Gray and be like, "No."
No?
You said that. No, you said that very accusatory though.
No.
I would say that Taylor's just sometimes.
No.
I'm calling myself a Swiftie.
I actually have a gun. Are you a Swiftie? No. No, I was just curious. I don't know.
Actually, I'm gonna call up Taylor Gray and I'm gonna be like,
Oh, perfect.
make Skeleton Crew season 2. He's gonna be like, who are you? Why are you calling me? I don't even do that.
I'm not even in Skeleton Crew.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah. Oh my god, that one guy that plays Ezra now in the live action. I know I mention this every time. I feel like
Iman
yeah,
Asami?
but his Instagram is so fun because again, it's just like my brain is like, it's Ezra's Instagram, of course. Especially because he makes music, and most of his like music videos are very like spacey, kind of techie, and so my brain is always like Ezra, perfect. I don't know. Very fun times. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Just that I'm hoping for a season 2 and a 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8. And yeah, I mean, just curious where everyone goes with their life as they grow up. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe after seeing how cool his dad is, maybe Wim's like, I want to be an engineer level
Maybe we
7 whatever too.
now.
You know?
Yeah.
Or maybe he's still like, nah,
Yeah,
that's
it's true.
boring.
I mean, I'm talking about pilots because that makes for the best TV. But KB is really good with droids. She could be like a little droid mechanic, astromech, or even a ship mechanic person. She's really good at that. Maybe Wham will want to be like a doctor of cybernetics after watching
Yeah.
KB. You know, there's a whole world, there's a whole galaxy of possibilities for these kids. Not just a world. There used to be a world of possibilities. Now there's a galaxy of possibilities.
See.
For these kids, and I'm really excited for them, and for the rest of Atten, because like they had to, all the kids are supposed to take their test, and Ben was like, all right, this is what job we think you're gonna be good at on our planet that makes money.
Math.
But now they can do anything. They can go make not money if they want to. They can do anything they want.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm excited, and I'm sure even if we don't get a season 2, which I hope we do, but even if we don't, I'm sure we'll see them again in comics or books or animation, or even if 10 years from now they're in a live action show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess we'll start doing plugs. Before we do plugs, I want to say go Birds for going to the Super Bowl. Woohoo! Because the Eagles won today. So
are we?
woohoo!
Yes. Yep. Yippee!
Yippee! Go Birds! So yeah, that's also nothing to do with Star Wars. I don't even follow sports. I just care about Philly
Yippee!
and them being successful in sports. I don't even care. Yeah, Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. I think it's gonna be Eagles versus Chiefs again, which is interesting. But yeah, make sure to keep an eye out for a special podcast day episode from us on February 7th, as well as from your other favorite Star Wars podcasts. Check out, I just did an interview with Kristen Baver, which is very exciting. So check out that episode as well. Super fun. Kristen had really, really great answers to even my very, very stupid questions. So check that out. Make sure you go to StarWarsGeekGirl.com and theneilnation.com. Just because Skeleton Crew isn't airing doesn't mean the Neil Nation is over. The Neil Nation is forever. You can check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky at SW Geek Girl. And our Facebook page is Star Wars Geek Girl.
You also got the Rogue Rebels, theroguerebels.com, where you can see where my dad posts stuff about books and comics and stuff. Instagram and TikTok at the Rogue Rebels, Twitch at Rogue Rebels Podcast, wherever you're listening to the Star Wars Geek Girl. Facebook page, the Rogue Rebels, Twitter and Blue Sky at Rogue Rebels Fam. You should check out my dad playing Outlaws on Twitch. It's pretty cool. You know, if you're talkative in the chat, maybe he'll change, Nix's outfit for you. You can choose Nix's outfit. That's what happens when I go on. He's like, okay, Lizzy, so I got a new flower crown. I have a scarf. Do we want to put goggles? We also have like Sabine-ish paint. And I'm like, yes, flower crown. So yeah, so you should check that out.
Yes, check out all the things. I think that's it. Is that it? Yes. So yeah, check out all the podcasts, all the socials, all the websites, all that really, really fun stuff. A new season of Hunters is starting as well. So maybe your dad will be streaming Hunters too, because they're the new hero. They don't call them heroes. What do they call them? New Hunter. It's called Hunters. New Hunter is a oh shoot, what they're called? The little from A New Hope, little like nose guy with the gray guy with the little snoot.
Oh, the like
wearing
spy?
a black hood. That species. Yeah, it's that species. But he's like a punk, and he's wearing like this cool like hoodie, and he has these like spray paint things. Here, I'm gonna find a picture to send you. His name's like Glicken. It's very silly. But he's the new character that they're introducing. And I think he looks very cool. He doesn't have spray paint cans. I don't know why I said that. He has like spray paint like on him, but he has these like two little like knife thingies, and he looks very silly.
This game is like super
And I'm very
colorful.
excited. I can't believe it is. It's fun. It's
I'm
really fun.
waiting for
It's
it
like
to go on
Overwatch and Marvel
PC.
Rivals, but kind of slower. I think it comes on PC like with the new season, like tomorrow with the new season.
I'm looking. It says not available yet. They'll send me an email.
Yeah, I think it's literally Kubas. That's what it's called. Kubas,
Ooh.
the species. But I think it literally comes out on PC, like because the new season starts
Early
tomorrow
access.
when this hero drops, and I think it comes to PC with the new season.
God, I hope
I
so.
think.
Because again, I missed the like what's it called? The testing or whatever. I missed that. 'Cause I didn't
Oh
know.
yeah,
I thought
like the
usually
beta
it's
thing.
like, just play whatever. This one was like, you have 2 days. And I was like, "Oh, frick, I didn't even see that." So, but I will play it if when it comes on PC. And then we can squad up.
Yippee!
Squad up.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for everybody who listened. This was a longer one. We got off track a little bit, but that's okay. Make sure you check us out. We don't have any new Star Wars shows coming out until April with Andor. But in the meantime, there are books and comics and stuff, which I'm excited for. I'll be posting book reviews, and if Lizzy reads any, then we can podcast about it.
Yay.
And we'll have hunters to talk about, and I still need to do I still need a podcast about hunters. So maybe when you start hunters, we'll do like a hunters podcast. And I need to talk about the Audible specials that came
I
out.
know. Well, I don't think it was an Audible special, but my dad had me read this tiny, like, story about, and he was like, "It's so cute," and I was like, "This is sad." And I guess it's like the Wookiee made a present for the Mando, and then the Mando was like suspicious of it and shot it,
Oh, the hunters
and
one.
was like,
Yeah. Oh, you know what book you would like? You would like the hunters tie-in book.
oh,
Because you liked Iscat, and Reeve is like a not quite as messy version as Iscat.
ah, the mess.
Reeve is like if Iscat was like
Which one's Reed?
half as crazy. A quarter. She's the Sith one.
Oh, got it.
But she's not really a Sith. You gotta read the book. You gotta read the book.
Okay. Heard.
Hunter's Battle for the Arena. Read the book.
Hunter's Battle of the Arena.
Great book.
Okay. Okay, day.
It's a short one too. It's a really easy read.
Heard. And good enough for my ADHD brain. Stupid. Not even, and it's not even that. It's short attention span. Tiny attention span.
Yeah, you should read Hunter's Battle for the Arena. We'll podcast about it. All right. I feel like I started to do an outro like 5 times. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much, everybody who listened. Check out all the websites and podcasts and all the stuff we plugged. Look out February 7th for a Star Wars Podcast Day episode. I was Zoe.
I was Lizzy.
May the Force be with you, and goodbye.
Bye.